Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aiden. On today's video, we are taking a look at 10 of the most fire sneakers, all slated to release in the month of October. Now for me, this is probably one of the best monthly lists that we've done so far, so do make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Now, I just want to say a huge thank you to my returning viewers. Thank you as always for supporting me and the channel. And to any new viewers, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification. We do release brand new content each and every week. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro. Quick disclaimer guys, before we do go any further with the video, all the information does come courtesy of the Source Supplier website. I will leave a link in the description area below if you do want to check out any of these releases in any more detail. Now in terms of the actual releases themselves, they are subject to change at any given time, so releases can be brought forward, pushed back, or even released as shock drops. So if the shoes don't necessarily release on the dates that we're going to discuss throughout the video, just take the information with a pinch of salt because as I say, these dates may change for any given reason. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, so let's get straight back into it. And kicking us off today, we have the Off-White Nike Rubber Dunk in the silver colourway, slated to release on October 1st for a retail price of £165. Now this is actually a regional release, so there is going to be two different colourways releasing in different regions, so there is also a University Gold and Green colourway as well. But for Europe, we are getting the silver colourway, which in my opinion is the worst colourway of the three. But overall, in terms of just the collaboration itself, I personally can't stand the shoe, and I actually think it is the worst Off-White Nike collaboration to date. So in terms of just for personal, I really don't want this shoe. I really wouldn't wear it, and it wouldn't go well in my collection. But in terms of the actual release itself, I do see there being quite a lot of resale value attached to the shoe. So I will definitely say that this shoe is a cop, simply because of the resale value attached to both Off-White and Nike when they do collab. And next up on our list, we have the Yeezy 350 V2 in the Azrael, or as it's now known, Carbon colourway, slated to release on October 3rd for a retail price of £180. And for me, this is on the other end of the scale from what we've just taken a look at. I'm super excited for this release, and I think it's genuinely the nicest Yeezy 350 colourway that we've seen in such a long time. And I, for one, am super excited about this release. Now, in terms of resale value, I've had a look on StockX, and I can see that it's currently, in my size anyway, around that 280 mark, so about £100 over retail. Once the shoe actually is released and people do start to get pairs in hand, that price is going to start to tumble down. So I really wouldn't like to make my assessment as to whether or not it is a good investment or not. But I do see it being slightly above retail. But for me, I'm going to be copping for personal, as I do see it as my perfect autumn shoe. So for me, this is absolutely a must cop. And next up on our list, we have the Slam Jam Nike Dunk High in the white platinum colourway, slated to release on October 3rd for a retail price of £130. This is the latest release between Nike and the Milanese retailer, and I personally feel that it is releasing at the wrong time of year. For me personally, I do see that this shoe should have been released at the start of summer instead of at the start of autumn. The weather has already started to change, and I can't really see there being too many opportunities to wear this particular shoe outside, given that we're going to have pretty rubbish weather for the next few months. Now, in terms of my personal opinions on the shoe, I think it looks great, and I really do like the clean aesthetic look of the colourway itself. There's also quite a lot of resale value attached to this particular release, so in that respect, this shoe for me is absolutely a must cop. And now next up on our list, we have the Jordan 4 PSG collaboration in the Bordeaux colourway, slated to release on October 10th for a retail price of £165. Now for me, as a Liverpool fan, I personally could never wear any piece of clothing or footwear that represents any other football team. So for me, this is a massive drop. I will just never ever see myself wearing it, although I really can appreciate the Bordeaux colourway on the Jordan 4. But in terms of resale, there's not really that much resale that I can see. I did have a quick look on StockX and it's only just over the £100 mark in terms of above retail currently, and the shoe hasn't even released yet. As you probably know by now, when a shoe does release and people start to get pairs in hand, that StockX price is going to come down. Whether it goes up, I'm no expert, so I would recommend going to check out some of the resellers on YouTube. There is a really cool reseller that I'm aware of called Sniper Kicks. I will leave his link in the description area below. He has an incredible channel, which is, if you are a reseller or looking to become a reseller, he is definitely going to be your #1 place to get information. So huge shout out to you, Sniper Kicks. But in terms of my actual opinion on the shoe, I really like the colourway. I do see it selling out, and for me it is a drop simply because I will never wear another team's logo on any piece of clothing I own. Also releasing on October 10th, we have the Nike Imax ZM 950 in the black red colourway, releasing for a retail price of £150. To be completely honest, I've actually never seen this silhouette before, but I'm really intrigued to see how this shoe looks in hand. The colourway is such a nice and easy shoe to rock throughout winter, and I'm definitely looking to add it into my autumn/winter rotation. I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of resale value attached to the shoe. I've personally not really heard too many people talking about this release, but for me, it absolutely is a must-cop. I am looking for a shoe that I can almost beat up throughout autumn and winter, and I definitely see this shoe being, fit for the task. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. Let's get back into it. And next up on our list, we have our very first Jordan 1 entry. We have the Jordan 1 High Orb in the Lucky Green colourway, slated to release on October 11th for a retail price of £130. I'm personally really excited for this release. We've had so many nice Jordan 1 colourways this year, and this is definitely another one to add into that collection. I think the hints of red throughout all the green and white really break up the shoe really well, and it really makes the shoe stand out with a nice pop of contrast. I, for one, am super excited to try and get this shoe in my collection, but also to bring you guys the review as well. In terms of resale value, like all of the Jordan 1s, there is going to be a decent amount of resale value attached to this release, and I do see the shoe selling out incredibly fast. So if you are interested in picking up this shoe, I would recommend entering every single raffle possible, and make sure you are ready on the day on Sneakers app to try and get your hands on pairs. This for me is absolutely a must cop. And next upon our list, we have the shoe that I'm most excited for throughout the month of October. We have the Jordan 12 in the dark Concord colourway, releasing on October 17th for a retail price of £165. I'm not sure what it is about this year, but I've really got into Jordan 12s and 13s, and I've managed to get 2 of each so far this year, and I'm definitely wanting to add this shoe into my collection. This, for me, if I am able to get my hands on a pair, is going to be my ultimate autumn shoe. It's such a nice and easy colourway to rock. It's going to match up well to most outfits, and I'm personally really excited to see how it looks in hand. I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of resale value attached. I would recommend making sure that you are checking out all the other resale sites like StockX and Go, just to get an impression as to how it is before release, and that will kind of give you a general idea as to what it's going to be like after release. But for me personally, this is absolutely a must cop, and I'm super excited to get this shoe in hand. And next up on our list, we have the Slam Jam Nike Dunk High in the white and black colourway, slated to release on October 30th for a retail price of £95. Now, I'm not entirely sure why there is a disparity in price between this colourway and the white platinum colourway. The information does come courtesy from the Soul Supplier's website, and I really wasn't able to find much more information on the retail price online, so do take this information with a pinch of salt. Now, in terms of the actual colourway itself, I do think it's a lot easier to wear and a lot nicer to look at than what we did take a look at on the white platinum. I think it's going to be a much easier shoe to rock throughout autumn, especially as we move into winter, and I really am excited to see what the materials are like, especially since I missed out on the Michigan colourway that released recently. I do see there being a lot of resale value attached to this release as well, and for me, this absolutely is a must cop. And next up on our list, we are taking a look at the Louis de Guzman New Balance 574 in the multi-colourway, slated to release on October 31st for a retail price of £120. Now, personally, I really do like a lot of the New Balance releases from this year, and I've been really toying with the idea of which New Balance I want to add into my own collection. This particular colourway really speaks to me personally. I really do like loud shoes, and I definitely see this being a shoe that I can wear personally quite frequently. I'm not really sure if there's going to be a lot of resale value attached to the shoe itself. There wasn't really a lot of information online, but that's probably due to the fact that the shoe isn't releasing for an expected 5 or 6 weeks from the date that this video is being recorded. For me, it is still going to be a cop. I really do like the overall colourway, and I'm really excited to see what it's like to have my first New Balance in the collection. So for me, this definitely is going to be a cop. And last but by no means least, here we have the Jordan 1 High Orb in the dark mocha colourway, slated to release on October 31st for a supposed retail price of £165. I'm not sure why it's rumoured to be higher than other Jordan 1 releases, but this is just the information found online. Now, I know a lot of guys out there, resellers and collectors alike, are a huge fan of not only Travis Scott's music, but his sneaker releases. So if you did miss out on the Travis Scott Jordan 1, this is a chance to get a very similar looking shoe for a fraction of the price. Although I do see resale being incredibly high on this shoe. So if you do miss for retail, I do think it's going to cost you a lot of extra money to get your hands on your pair. I, for one, really do like the overall look to the shoe, but it's really not any different to a lot of other Jordan 1 releases. It's not something that's making me crazy excited. It's not really going to reinvent the wheel for me, but I am still going to be going all out to try and add it to my collection, as well as to bring you guys the review. So in that respect, for me, this is absolutely going to be a must cop. Now, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who stuck around to this point in the video. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification, and I hope to see you again in the next one.